Bill Gross, let me begin this report by partitioning good job numbers way above what potential GDP would suggest, big 200,000 numbers, but wage growth just isn't there. Do you have a why we're not seeing better wage growth in America?
Well, I think there's some hidden labor out there. You know, the participation rate is down significantly from where it was 4, 5, 6 years ago, and so that's part of the answer. The other part has to do with continued globalization, technology, which displaces labor and keeps the price of labor down relative to robotization, et cetera. So there are a number of structural forces, I think, that keep wages down, and that will probably keep wages down. It doesn't fit with the Fed's model. The Fed's model is cyclically based and has no consideration, in my opinion, of any structural factors. And so that's your real question to me. And I suppose my answer is structural as opposed to cyclical numbers.
Then, Bill, between the cyclical, the ebb and the flow of the market, folks, and the structural, longer, deeper issues, let's go to your criticism of this Fed. Can you take Fed policy in the distortions in the Bill Gross world of fixed income, can you bring them over to labor dynamics? Did those decisions and the oddities in fixed income, do they affect job growth?
Well, I think they do. I'm not so sure that the Fed factors it in, and perhaps they're making the right decisions for the wrong reasons, in my opinion. I do think that they're raising interest rates gradually. I do think it was a good decision to stop quantitative easing and now to minorly reduce the balance sheet, although it doesn't make much of a difference. And so I think the gradual increase of rates to perhaps as high as 2% nominally, that's another 50 or 75 to go.
Yeah.
It's probably the right decision, but the real benchmark for the Fed, to my way of thinking, as aside from wages, is really the neutral Fed funds rate, the neutral real Fed funds rate. And I think if inflation stays at under 2%, the Fed will stay at under 2%.